All right, Coach. First day of practice out here today. Brisk weather conditions here in January. You've had spring practices before, but how different does this one feel?
Well, I tell you, as you reflect back to the fall when we went through fall ball, as we got going during the fall ball, it kind of started feeling like a spring practice, even though it was in the fall. And as we've geared up over the last several days with some meetings and walkthrough to get out here day one, I tell you, it's a little different energy as our guys understand that February 20th we'll have the opportunity to line up and compete against somebody else, and our guys are fired up, and you can see their work ethic and the way they came out with great energy day one. And so we're excited about the opportunity that we got this spring.
The start of the season, less than a month away. What did you want to get accomplished here on this first day?
Well, I think the opportunity to be able to come together as a team, offensively, defensively, and special teams. Last time we were able to do that really back in the fall, back in November. So the opportunity for our guys, we're just in helmets right now, but mentally, I think was the biggest thing is much carryover from the fall and from these walkthroughs. And that's what I saw today. We got a lot of carryover in all three phases, and it was good to see as we went through 24 periods of practice.
The status of your depth chart, obviously probably still up in the air. How comfortable are you with where your position groups are at right now?
Well, I love watching our guys compete because when you look at 11 offensively, 11 defensively, and 11 special teams, that's what you're seeing. You're seeing great competition, throughout. And so, is in some positions that depth chart changes daily. And as we go from one practice to the next, so the opportunity for our guys, because at any point you're going to have the opportunity on a Saturday night or Saturday afternoon to be able to go out there and compete. So you got to be mentally, whether you're getting the reps or you're getting mental reps.
Player that we plan on talking to later, Fitzpatrick, your tight end, he's got some experience on him. What can you say about what he brings to this team right now, heading into his upperclassman years here at Oklahoma State?
Yeah, David Fitzwater is our tight end that really came on last year, and we expect great things from him. Thought he had a great fall. You can see his package expanding and what he's able to do for us offensively. Not only do you see that on the field, but I think you also see what he brings off the field as far as his leadership capability. So, we're excited to see him continue to expand from what he did last year.
I appreciate the correction on the Fitzwater there. But the 6-game schedule coming up, I know you can't get into recruiting specifics, but how has this spring season kind of adjusted what you can do on the recruiting trail?
Well, really, it hasn't, because we've been in a dead period and we'll continue to be in a dead period from a recruiting aspect. So, as we enter the spring season, no different than the fall, we're still under the same restrictions as we were back in the fall.
And Lamar, that opening game of the season, a lot of time to prepare for that, but so much anticipation building up for this season. You weren't able to play in the fall, but getting this opportunity to play in the spring. How do you feel your players are going to embrace that moment?
Oh, they're excited. I tell you, you got to think about these young men and coaches that a lot of them, since they were 6 years old, that's all they've known to do in the fall, is to be able to have the opportunity to play the game of football and to be able to compete. And for them not having to do that in the fall and gearing ourselves to have game one here on February 20th, I tell you what, our guys are extremely excited, and coaches are excited about the opportunity that this football team has to show what we have.
Good.
Coach, you mentioned carryover and doing things the right way. You've got a lot of new guys on this team. We talked about Fitzwater and his leadership. How important, or how happy are you to see those guys being able to transition, some that only had the 10 or 15 fall practices, come back with the right mindset?
Yeah, I think that's a great point, because you go back to, I guess, an abbreviated spring. I think we got in 6 practices. We go through the early part of the fall last year as we're adjusting to the changes. But to get into those 15 days, I think was huge for, the new guys that came in the spring, but also, these juniors, these sophomores and juniors that have been here 3 and 4 years, to see them step up. And I think that's what we saw, a combination of some new guys coming in, but then also a combination of these third and fourth year guys step up, and that's what you expect, and that's what they've shown.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Good.